Michael J, aka Swifty, glad you could join us. Sit back, sit tight, relax, and get comfortable. Enjoy the ride. Good day, folks. It's Saturday morning with Michael J. How you guys keeping? Everybody doing well? Everybody loves somebody sometime. Eh? Frank Sinatra or what? Nice try, eh? Okay, we're going to go into... with Wargaming, we had a new patch. And a few days ago, and with the new patch, we got a new ship. And in particular, we're talking a British battleship. And you can only get it for steel. It's behind a paid firewall. And how do you get that access to that paid firewall? You've got to get steel, which is a hard commodity to get, you know. Personally, from the very beginning, I wasn't very enamored by how they create these currencies to get these ships. And the steel, I thought, was a boogeyman. It just makes it hard for everybody. It really works against the overall experience with the game because of it. Like, you know, they want to make it into something exclusive. You got to work toward, but it really works against the game overall. They'd be better off doing away with steel or using steel in such a way it can be converted to other things at a premium to purchase things like coal, like, you know, and forget about having steel ships. From my point of view, it's a bad marketing move. It's bad for the player base. And it's just overall doesn't help promote the game. Very simple. If you think differently, you're welcome to that. You've got free will. Post in chat. If it's after we've broadcast, put in the comments section. So anyways, I'm going to fall back to who I consider very much an authority on this game. He's somewhat of a controversial individual, Flamu, but guy knows his crap. And that's all I care about. You get the best experience, learn from the best. That's what That's what you need. That's what everybody needs. Okay, so we're going to switch to the live screen. Use chat. Enjoy the rest of your morning. I'm going to top up my espresso. And enjoy, folks.
Oh, what the hell, he turned in? Okay.
So as I said, this is the Tier 10. You can only get it for steel. It's a British battleship called the Incomparable.
Be careful. It's an incomparable.
Some Yankees will call it the Incomparable, but, you know, proper Brit will say the Incomparable.
We got two DDs. Akizuki? Akizuki is here.
Akizuki's here, that's fine. But there's an incomparable here, so please watch on.
Let's hope this Pommern understands to sail around behind me. Akizuki is there.
There's Yaki.
There's the Incomparable. He's always pushing around.
Was there radar in planes as well? Okay.
Are they pushing or not?
I don't think so. I think it's bait. Dude, this guy did 8 flak and instantly lost 6 planes. Lol. Song got shot me? What? Yeah, 16 kilometers. Okay.
Okay. I'm shooting him back. He might be giving just enough broadside. Depends on what dispersion says. Nope.
Folks, if there's any issue with the audio or the video, let me know in chat, please. Thanks.
I have to take a phone call.
Alright. It's fine. Nothing's happening anyway. Can I shoot over this? No way I can. Where the fuck are these shells going? So far to the left. What the fuck? Where are they going here when I'm aiming here? Yikes. I'm really struggling. Stalingrad's playing really far back. What a position. Can't shoot the right. Can I hit his nose? So many bounces on this game. They got a turp that's running center. Where's his guns pointed? Are they pointed at me? Nope. Interesting. Wait, this is slowing down? What the? Whoa. Why does it compare a super heal but doesn't feel like it heals much damage taken? Because you get sit at a lot, you know?
What's the Tirpitz doing?
I know. He turned it. He went for the center, then he slowed down and turned out. He just juked the hell out of my volley with that. The biggest problem really with playing this ship today is like you gotta lead a lot and predict what they're doing, and these guys
I'm really
are
bad at that stuff. Sadly,
so fucking unpredictable, man.
I can't figure it out sometimes because the shell travel time is so much worse than Shiki.
It is very slow.
And I can barely hit destroyers and nothing. When I do, I smash them because it's so high the alpha, but I can barely hit them because of the arcs.
I don't understand this Tirpitz thinking as well. He's slowing down again! Why? Man is about to die and he full stopped. What? What? He's just about to go down. His last gasp, his last opportunity to get something done, and he full stops. Like...
Triple fire, no incomparable. I hope he has super heavy AP. He's so mad, by the way.
He might be giving me enough broadside on my back turn. Nope, 2 orphans. Classic.
I hope I can get permas here. Is DCP still on? Holy shit, he has like DCP mode or something.
Flood maybe engine hit? You don't stop that quick. Okay, this incomparable has really good armor.
The stopping time's really bad on the incomparable. I think it's because it says British, right?
It's because it's so massive as well, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy's just giving me broadside. And I'm doing negative damage now. Okay, now the dispersion looks real tight. Is it Pitadol time? Pitadel on the last shell. Classic. The dispersion is so weird. I feel like this ship has one of the weirdest dispersions in the game, because sometimes it's literally insane. Like, the dispersion is fucking god tier. Like, you can't believe it. It looks like absurd. And then other times, it's just drunk. Like, the game isn't even trying to give you good dispersion. It's just all over the place.
Yo!
Hmm?
Akizuki.
Oh.
Oh, broken is Akizuki.
It's not gonna turn. He's gonna try to help. Gonna push in a bit. See what I can do. You're dumpstering the Akizuki, right?
Yeah. Unless Stalingrad like it 12Ks me or something. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
See if this Hindam makes a gamer turn. I think he might. Shit, is still pushing. Unfortunate. Are we running super AVP? Nope. Where am I spotted from? Oh, radar. Interesting. Is the man actually coming around the corner?
Now you got to notice this ship does not have a great hit pool of only 70,000 HP, but the guns I believe are 457s. Ooh, one kill. Another kill. He's going to torp this guy. It's got torps too. Nice.
Wait, what? He didn't
Sweet.
shoot me? What? I was... What are they doing? Hello? The man just ignored me.
You got a friggin' double strike also. What a rascal.
Actually, a pretty close game. I'm gonna push center, try to get a crossfire. Can we get rid of the stun? Are you torturing him, or is he aiming at you? It's grounded. I think the donkey is paying attention. Those guys right turned in. He's paying attention a bit. Ah, he's paying attention. Okay, never mind. Ruined my fun.
We're leaving our cabin.
Yeah, Harugumo. He is full speed. Let's knock down it.
Are we losing?
Wow, 0 hits.
The Napoli just needs to not leave, that's all, man.
Yeah, he needs
Can
to
he do
sit
it?
there. I don't know.
You have or shots on Stalingrad, I guess. He might game return here for. Yeah, he's game returning.
Fuck. I'm not fighting him, I'm fighting the donkey up north.
Unlucky.
Pommern, maybe? Yeah,
Nice.
Pommern.
I'll just keep it contested since. Why is our Napoli leaving? Isn't he? Is he low? He must be low, right?
Yeah, it's somewhat low.
Shit.
Can't really turn in and rush this Haraguma because
Oh, Soyuz will kill you instantly.
Soyuz
We have
will
a
smash.
problem. I just need to not try get reset by the carrier, Lamau.
yeah.
Pretty easy, I think.
This donkey wants to die though. Okay. Yeah, widespreads from that guy. We're gonna eat some torps here, guaranteed. This thing is too clumsy to dodge them all.
I might get reset. It's rockets. It's borderline impossible. I'll try. No, you fucking.
Wonder what the
Oh, he missed? Okay,
distance
good.
on those
Look at
torps
that.
are. I have
If you
no
want to-
idea.
If he
at this
can't drop me in 1
juncture.
minute, we win. By the way. off
Napoli's
cap.
contesting, Napoli's contesting, and he's undetected, so we're fine. We're fine. I might die to fires.
We win anyway because I
Araguma
cap
is
quicker
spotted.
than they do.
Yeah, Araguma is spotted. You can actually leave the camp, I think. If you want. Up to you.
Should I? Or do we lose?
Risky.
High risk, high reward. What if we lose?
Yeah, yeah. Nah, go for it, go for it. You can leave.
All right, I'll leave. Is this so you can kill the carrier?
No torp hits.
I was
Oh
down to
my.
375 health, man.
You
375.
better kill the Soyuz. If
I'm
you
not
don't,
sure I
I'll just
can.
cap because you can't get more damage.
No, wait, I'm gonna kill him.
Yep.
Wait, am I? I didn't get to sit. My back turret has to kill him, or he's gonna drive by me. Back turret. Oh, there it is. The Kraken.
I don't know if I lay.
He got him.
Right.
Good night,
left.
Shirley.
Oh.
Left. Oh!
1 second.
What a gamer.
Got the
move, what a
friggin'
gamer
Kraken. 5
Carrier,
kills. What's
we're
going on
coming
here?
for
Look at all those
you.
friggin'
move.
medallions.
Yeah. I'm burning though, and I got a turning circle of something with a really poor turning circle. So, if it comes for me, which I think it will, we're in trouble.
I'll
He's
cap.
behind the island as well.
I'll cap. So maybe.
It's
he
not a
comes
very
for me, then
tanky ship,
cap.
so you got to be very careful in that respect, obviously. But
Damage con.
guns look
ready.
good.
Next heal.
Guns look
free.
great.
Kigera might spot him. Man, he's behind the island. That's so annoying. He's got the stealth of a god.
You're looking at the wrong island, I think.
I know, but I'm not sure if he's grounded or not. Oh yeah, wait, what the fuck was I looking there? Am I brain damaged? I think I was reading. I think I was reading chat. I think I might be brain damaged. I think I might actually have like been lobotomized. Hello? What?
Are you human or?
Yeah. No, it
Is
was
that
all
guy
part of.
looking at the right island?
Yeah, I don't know why. I think I was reading chat, and then I decided I am lobotomized. It was all part of the plan to make him accelerate. See, he totally accelerated a lot. Pepita doesn't have any bullshit icebreaker, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. It has, I think it's the weakest armored carrier too, right?
Okay.
Except for Decker? I don't no idea. When it's broadside, you can
Okay,
sell
what's
it
gonna
like
happen here? Is it,
normal.
oh, the CV's
for the
just
mouse,
sitting there
so-
like a sitting duck. Oh my.
Okay.
Oh
4
my.
bounces. Vulnerable class.
You shot the belt, sir.
Thoughts on vulnerability.
Oh, secondaries are kicking in.
Don't you steal my kill. Team.
Might as well
Orphan,
just hit the
bro.
brakes
Oh.
and just
No, hold
friggin'
on.
lay it on this guy. There we go. He's toast. Game over. Holy
Decisive
moly.
victory.
508 millimeter
Holy
guns. CD
moly.
bombs.
Game over, baby.
Is that okay?
1.288.
Is that okay?
0.5 million in credits. You
I feel
gotta
like
love
that guy
that.
exited the port as soon as he thought that you were in
269.4k
cap, and then when you left the cap, he just
in
said,
damage, which is pretty darn friggin' good, folks.
Yo, look at the plane kills, by the way.
Holy
Darn,
shit.
and he came
was
one
not happy.
overall. This guy knows
was
how to
frustrated,
play.
dude.
6 kills. Sweet. He got 6 kills. Okay. Remember, folks, all roads lead to Putin. Yepper doodle. Yepper doodle. So, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? Got to get some gameplay in this morning, but not just yet. I need to make one more cafe. Una espresso, per favore. Okay, so what you had seen there was actual gameplay of the Incomparable. So what we're going to do now is turn the clock back. We're going to go back in time. Oh my. Going back in time? That seems time machine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the ship, the Incomparable, in a more detailed manner, so more in depth. Now, I was wrong about the size of the guns on this. They're 508 millimeters. So, them's big honkers. Any questions, comments? Throw in chat. And remember, love and peace, folks. Love and peace to everyone on this planet. So we're going to switch to the main screen. Questions, comments, throw in chat.
Wonder from how far out Stalin, Petro can citadel me. Shit, Napoli can probably citadel me as well. We should go cap actually. We can make it there easily. This thing is fast. Incomparable seems pretty fun. The clumsiness is oof. The clumsiness is an oof though. Wish the Cylon would have played a bit more aggro. He's the, well, I guess he's got to worry about the Minotaur, but he's kind of the stealthiest ship on the map. They got 2 ships in bay. That's good to know. See if Salem spots something here. How much value do you get out of Great Concealment? Depends. With no CVs in the game, a fair bit, but the problem is there's CVs like every match almost. And the air concealment is actually pretty poor at 9.9, so random planes spot you all the time. See them turning out. Interesting. Still enough lead. Really? Wait, one bounce over. What? Oh, Stalingrad is giving so much broadside. Holy shit, I want to kill that guy. If only I'd seen him earlier. I got a bounce that did over pin damage. I don't understand that. This game is a fucking mystery. Is Minotaur there? The Minotaur is there. Jesus. So they got a lot of smoked up shit here. Even the shit throws come on. I waited until I accelerated before I shot again. Whoa, Salem, what are you doing? He went nose in? Oh no, he's dead. That's not how you do it, buddy. Guys. Hello? Do they not see their entire team is here? I guess they don't understand. Guys, you haven't even taken C. Oh boy. Oh boy. Napoli? Napoli, get the fuck back. Get the fuck back, Napoli. Guys, Stalingrad, turn your ship around. Do you not see the shit that's pushing up on you? Bro. I got a team with no eyes again. That's rough. What did Salem say? Bro, guys. Fucking help us. Oh no. They don't understand, do they? Why are you gonna full turn? What did you... What the fuck was that? What was that? Did he bump into a Minotaur or something? What the fuck was that? Okay, they killed the Yamato. That's good. So we just kite and live. The longer we kite and live, the better. Okay, where's his reversing now? Stunning him? Giving a lot of broadside. Only ships I can't overmatch. Pretty nasty. He's pushing. He's pushing it. Turns in. Unfortunate. Hoping a heal just in case. I don't know what shenanigans these Soviet ships can make up, but we're playing it safe. The Minotaur in the camp. Good to know. Can we get vision of him? Minotaur vision thoughts. Oh my god. This thing, you can target the nose of the Shitro so effectively that this thing is actually dumpstering the Shitro. The man must be furious. He's like, what's going on? Where's my tankiness? Why am I being bullied? He's being tortured. The Minotaur is running to smoke him? Is he really? Can we finish Mr. Petrol? Getting a bit much broadside here. Oh man, that's a mad Shitro right now. That's a guy who's scratching his head wondering what in God's name just happened. Where's my tankiness? Is Colombo gonna get his broadside? One more time. They're both pretty angled. Minotaur's gone dark. I should be shooting. Wait, our Kurfürst died already? Shit, then I'm the only target here. Should be focusing Stalingrad. Napoli is smashing. Oh my god, that was a good volley. 4 pens with this thing hurts. Holy shit. 4 pens hurts a lot. Montana's getting his broadside. Who's spotted there? It's the Minotaur's radar. Oh, he's running.
Montana's got a nice broadside there. Why don't I get friggin' ships sailing around like that for me? Holy crap.
Oh, no set.
Holy crap, holy. Uh-oh, he's gonna get... Oh,
They can't really chase me. They get
friggin' Montana missed.
But I can't
He
really angle
friggin'
too
led
much
too
either.
far.
They can sit me if I
Led too far, baby. That's what happens. Look at these guys. Play different on this friggin' server or what? Like chickens,
so you can finish the other soldiers.
chickens at a turkey shoot. Looks like a turkey shoot. Just friggin' lining up for the slaughter. Oh, that didn't work. Oh yeah, that did.
The dispersion though, 6 out of
Nice.
6. God damn. That ain't no joke.
6 out of 6 is a pretty good friggin'
That is no joke. Oh, Colombo's turning out. Our match is Citadel. Do it.
I like those odds. If we can get a lottery ticket and get odds like that, we'd be a winner every time.
No sit, but 30k. Holy shit. Man, these guns are gigantic dick. Oh my god. These guns have dick for days.
Yeah, it's kind of like the thing in the Fantastic Four. Those guns, when you friggin' hit the friggin'
Might actually
release
kill
to let those guns
Oh,
go, it's
man,
like
so-
hammering time. It's
That's
clobbering time, folks.
Oof.
There you go.
them. Oof.
Another one goes toast.
We're starting
Goodbye,
to get a feel for the
Charlie.
ship, boys. This concealment, there's no CV, is brutal. If there's a CV, obviously it goes out the window big time. But when there's not, oh man. Okay, what is our star gonna do? Give broadside to everyone. He's probably gonna die. Okay, we actually have a game on our hands. Not a steamroll. Is that legal? Can we help with the Montana? It's gonna turn in a bit, I think. We're gonna hit the island of shit now, though. There's the turn in. Booty pens? 12k on the ass. My god. Ara ara. it's gonna burn before my shells come out.
It's got to be a kill right there. Come on,
It got
baby.
dark very
Another
quickly, so
kill.
Minotaur isn't here.
No?
Wonder where is around.
Somebody else took out the. Somebody else took out the
This T12 super ship,
Montana.
no, this thing has no
Oh
armor.
my.
This thing has literally no armor.
Yep,
it
diddle.
explodes so easily. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay. They should friggin' just obliterate this friggin' Minotaur.
Come on, one more.
Is that a Montana?
No, someone took it. Oh.
Yeah, somebody took it,
no.
pal. Somebody took that kill, and I'm happy for them. You can't have them all. I know you'd like to have them all, but you can't have them all. Oh my.
Our Napoli was actually really useful. He stayed alive, provided crossfire, used the
Okay,
Napoli
the other
strength,
team's only
which
got
is like a
one
leech you
ship
can't
left.
just kind.
That is it. His team's
Actual
got
useful team.
4.
It's
Oh, this
incredible.
must be a ranked battle.
The
then.
enemy team didn't instantly suicide either.
Can you
They
use
tried
these
to
friggin'
push.
ships in ranked battles? I guess so. Looks like it.
How do you get 200k with one citadel? By having insanely high alpha damage on the ship. 19.5 a pop.
Yeah, it's 61 main battery
Oh,
hits, so a lot of main battery hits. Minotaur and the other
Insanity
team
gets
did
no
play well.
I
Top
hate
of
that
his team.
his rewards are so junk. Because he got a shit ton of potential just staying alive.
That's got to be a ranked battle. That's what that is. Z ranked
2.4
battle,
million potential,
monsieur.
43k spotting.
So we took out
Okay,
a
look at that
Colombo,
accuracy.
Petro, and a
112 shells
Stalingrad.
fired, 61. That's
Nice.
straight up 50% accuracy. Flat out 50% accuracy in a battleship. And I mean, I wasn't brawling. I was kiting away, angled.
No,
And
it's not a good brawling
It's not like
ship,
we were
though.
fighting ships that are easy to hit because we had to deal with Omanos in Petro.
This is not a
48K
friggin'
losing
brawling
Petro,
ship
and a
for
Stalingrad
sure.
of 37k. Like I know the weak spots and I can target
No
the
way.
weak spots. But the problem is most battleships can't target them. But this ship is
Definitely
accurate
not a
enough that you can
brawling
actually
ship.
pinpoint target the weak spot, which adds up to so much damage. That was 70k on the Colombo without a single citadel as well. It's like a super repulse. It really is like a super repulse. Because it's brutally clumsy. It's brutally clumsy. It has no armor. I mean, the maneuverability, this is with rudder mod. 1.2 km turning circle. It's huge. The citadel is gigantic and vulnerable. The citadel literally extends through the entire ship.
Yeah,
This is
that's
also,
what I
like,
wanted
this
to
is all
know.
Citadel.
Big Citadel.
It's huge.
Got to be careful in this
And it
ship.
has no armor on it. But conceal, fire angles, and accuracy on these guns is nasty. I don't think I even want to run reload mode on it.
The guns are the
doing
main. The
range
main
mode right
battery
now, and I feel
guns
like
are the
it's really
most
good.
salient part of this
Because the guns
ship.
are accurate
No
enough that you
doubt
can easily
about
lose
it.
them, and if you go low HP, you don't want to sit close enough that you have to
Absolutely,
use reload.
without a friggin' doubt.
I played the ship with reload mode and did well as well. Oh, I believe that. I don't think there's like the downside with reload mode is, well, obviously the lack of range, forcing you to play closer. It wouldn't have been a problem in this.
Let me
game,
know
but
what
if
you
there's
guys
CV,
think.
Then it's nasty. And this is just standard BB build. I feel like you could easily mix in maybe Brisk. Maybe Brisk, because you don't need turret traverse because it's so fast. You could trade this for Brisk.
Grease the gears. Fire
Could you trade fire
prevention. You
prevention
need
for
that for that
super
ship.
heavy?
Super heavy AP shells.
but
Holy
super
crap!
heavy. Oh, that's oof.
But then
That's pretty
you,
risky, though.
you pay a big
'Cause this
penalty
thing is
for
already
that.
vulnerable.
I'm not sure.
But I mean, I feel like you're hard to burn because of your concealment. The problem is if a CV focuses you.
Yeah, taking
Once
the
again, the problem
super
is if the
heavy
CV
AP
focuses
shell
you,
skill is just
Not
too
having
much of a
FP and running
trade-off.
This is a death sentence. It's a death sentence. You have low HP pool and super heal fires aren't that painful. They are pretty painful because look
Yeah,
at
and the
super
low
structure.
HP pool is
You
going to
eat a
hurt as
ton
well.
of damage.
But
Boot is huge.
good looking
Like,
ship.
angle like
I like
this,
the
angle
camo.
away. pen, and then you have this thing
But
catching shells. as well.
armor's
Like,
not
angling away,
great,
you take
obviously.
a surprising amount of damage if they can keep shooting you. Add in super long fires and no fire prevention. Whew. I don't know. We'll have to experiment. We shall have to experiment.
Get the containers. What do you got in the friggin' containers, pal? It cut off too quick. We couldn't find out what was going on with the friggin' containers. What's wrong with this lad? Holy crap, holy. I gotta speak to this boy. Gotta speak to this young man. Did I say that? Yes, I did. Okay, folks. Now, we're going to get into my favorite topic here right now. This is my favorite topic. You're going to ask, well, what is your favorite topic? I'll tell you exactly what it is. My favorite ship class in this game is cruisers. And for the most part, exclusively play Tier 9, Tier 10 cruisers. So, we're going to look at the Tier 10 cruisers in particular here right now. That is correct. We're going to look at the Tier 10 cruisers specifically, and Flammu's going to rank them. So we're going to have a ranked list of the cruisers, and at the end, when we get the tally of what's what, and maybe throughout the assessment process, I'll put my 2 cents worth in as well, because that's the tier I like playing. I like cruisers. I prefer it over any other class of ship in this game, and so that's where I'm at, folks. Your mileage may be different. I play all the classes because you've got to get to know the different ships in the game. How do you take out other ships? You got to know what their pros and cons are, and simple as that. Plus, I had put together a clan, which is the second one I've done. And so, being a commander, I have to be in a position to hop into any class of ship to help augment whatever field of ships we have for the clan for a battle. So, that's another factor of play there. So, that's why I have even Tier 10 CVs, which are aircraft carriers. I think they're a pox in the game. I think CVs and submarines should be in a separate game format within the game. But that's neither here nor there. As you know, Putin no best, eh? Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's go to the Tier 10 classification. Russian, all nationalities, cruisers, but Tier 10 specifically here, folks. Questions? Throw in the comment section. Will I get to your questions?
Tier 10 cruisers.
I don't know.
Can open ship tools.
I may not. But
Okay, let's see.
your point of view and anything you throw out there is important.
Chat back.
So, know that. We respect that.
Go. Okay. Plymouth I'm missing. Shit, that's true. Plymouth I'm missing. Plymouth would be somewhere, yeah, but anyway. Let's see. We would do, so we're gonna do take 3 Tier 10 cruisers. Take 3 Tier 10 cruisers. What do we start with? Regular doing DDs are first. Oh, Zal. Oh shit! What an opener. I mean, if there was ever a way to scale tier 10 crew, like if we're gonna keep this somewhat to scale, is it a C or a D? Probably honestly a D. What does Zhao do that other cruisers don't do better?
Okay. I do not have Zhao. I have no ambition to get Zhao. And I'm going to tell you right now, I put Zhao at class D. No discussion, okay? Zhao is class D as far as I'm concerned. Let's see what he does.
Hmm. Hmm. Like the values on the ship, how bad do they look now? They probably look pretty terrible. Let's see. Mm. Where do we sit on this thing? Tech tree, we are still only still below the Worcester in terms of health. Heavy cruiser, by the way. DPM wise, that was here and here. Range though, only beats Minotaur and Des Moines.
Hold on a sec. Flamu, there is no discussion here, buddy. There is no discussion. Zhao, like, don't waste time. It's a D. Zhao is a D. If you think otherwise, throw it in the chat in the comments section. But I'm telling you now, Zhao, from my point of view, and I'm adamant about it, it's a friggin' D. It's a D minus. D minus minus minus. What do you think of that?
Jesus, that's the only two it beats. Loses to everyone else in terms of range. The turret traverse is only beats Petro, but Petro has 360-degree turrets and a better setup, so yikes. Slightly better dispersion, but the differences are it's DD dispersion, so that's the difference really. Shit. The firing angles of Zao are tragic, to say the least. Really tragic firing angles. It actually has some of the weakest armor of tier 10. That's something people don't actually understand enough, is that Zao armor is actually really bad. Like if you caught, like many DDs can Citadel it these days. People expect the thing to have more armor than it has, but it's actually, I think it was 30 plus 100. It's like 30 outer layer, and then behind it it's 100. It's literally 30 plus 100 armor. So it's 130 millimeters of plating, and like, I mean, yikes. 130 millimeter is very. It's got a trolley outline on the Citadel, but 25 millimeter nose as well, entire nose. 25 millimeter stern, entire stern. 30 used to be the thing, but whew. It's popular, but my god, it's the torpedo angles are, well, the torpedo angles are tragic. Torpedo angles are tragic. Like, they're just really bad. Really bad torpedo angles. The torpedo is strong if provided you get to use them. AP penetration values.
Hey, if you like this ship, at least you're getting an in-depth understanding of what this ship's about. So, listen, don't take my point of view as my point of view, because I have a certain play style, and the Zhao just doesn't fit in with it. And I just want to make that point. So at least Reflemu, he's giving you the in and the outs about the ship, and it may be a ship for you. I don't know. That's a decision you got to make. So let us know what you think.
I mean, Venezia Nevski tier. It's nothing really special. No improved pen angles, no nothing. Yeah. Honestly, I'd be like, why would I pick Zal as a kiting ship on a flank? But why would I pick Zal over so many other options? For its conceal? But like, why not just Goliath, Nevsky, anything? Shit, even Wooster because of the radar.
Yeah, don't forget, like Wooster is a tough ship to play, but you've got a lot of guns, and when you get in close range, the AP is friggin' devastating, and you'll zap out a Zao quicker than you can say Zowie. Did I say that? Yes, I did.
I'd say hesitancy. Hesitancy for the conceal and accuracy. Maybe. It's hard to put it into D, but what cruiser is worse? There is worse. There's worse. If C gets crowded, we might drop it, but we'll start off by placing it in C. I don't want to throw it straight into D to begin with. We'll start off here. We might drop it down later if it comes to that.
Hold on. Hold on. I may have to take bets here now. I put it in a D. Categorically D without a doubt. He's putting it in C with the option that it may move down to D as we move up the line of ships here. So personally, I think it's a solid D. I think he should put it at D. And if he finds later on a need to move it up to C, then do it that way. That's just me.
If it comes to that. So this is Tech Tree. Alexander Nevsky. It's a strong A. Straight up strong A. Shit, I feel like I kind of want to like add a row above. Yeah, choose label background. Like done. Bullshit. Yeah, I mean, Nevsky is pretty overpowered, honestly. It's just really good. I feel like this would be gets crowded if I didn't do that.
Okay, I think Nevsky's good. And where I think Nevsky would go and would be a solid A. I don't think it's OP, but it's a solid A. Let's put Nevsky in A. That's where my vote goes. Your mileage may be different. Let me know what you think.
Nevsky, I would say, is up here. It's both for solo play, ranked, randoms, shit, even team play, even comp. There is nothing that the Nevsky does really poorly. Like, there's nothing that the Nevsky really is bad at. Nevsky is just an absolute beast. It's got good firing angles. The thing sits at surprisingly good armor, 30mm deck, which is quite relevant at the ranges that you play. The icebreaker covers the entire nose, which is actually really useful when you have to YOLO, because you can't citadel this thing. And you have torpedoes to use for the YOLOs that hit like a truck, and you got 5 of them per side. The armor, well, we just left that Zao's 130mm. This thing has 140 plus another behind it, another 40 for a total of 180, and it's layered armor. The top of the citadel is 50 as well, so it auto bounces all AP. The armor is superbly good. The speed on it is great. 37.8 is really, really good. The concealment is 12.8, which is honestly, it's decent, especially when you consider that the thing has a Soviet 12 km radar that lasts for 30 seconds. With the mod, it lasts, what, 36 seconds? The DPM is really good on it because the reload is 5.3 seconds on the main guns. The base range is 19 kilometers, which is literally more than Cristoforo Colombo, the battleship's range. It's got really good AA, like straight up, it laughs at Des Moines AA. The AA is fucking monstrous. Like, what the fuck is 9 flak with 90% accuracy and 380 in 226? Like, the AA is insane. Zao has 16.2 km range. The AP pen, despite this being supposed 180mm guns, the AP pen on this thing is, well, you can see it here, Alexander Nevsky. This thing citadels a Des Moines at, well, whatever range you want. You citadel a Des Moines at max range. You citadel most cruisers, honestly, at max range. It's just really good pen. And of course the DPM values. The AP DPM is here, HE DPM is here. Add this with the 19 km range, the flat arcs.
Okay, here's where I have an issue, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Now, the Tulsa Tier 9, it's a premium cruiser. It's American, USA, premium cruiser. Tulsa. Gun range of 14.9 kilometers. Give me a friggin' break. And a hit pool of 42,000. And that's it. So, the Nevsky, I love that cruiser. Great cruiser, as he's pointed out. But why? And the Petropavlovsk, it's another great Russian cruiser, you know, better balanced. But the Tulsa, the USA gets friggin' shortchanged all the time. That's why I say all roads lead to Putin. Like, these friggin' Ruskies are stacking the deck against pretty much every other class, every chance they can get. Absolutely. There's Russian bias without a doubt. They'll claim there isn't, but you see it everywhere, every which way you look. Don't give me that bullcrap, wargaming. It's fact. Fix the USA cruisers, get them up to snuff, and I might bend just a titch.
Turret reverse, extremely short flight time. In fact, some of the shortest flight time you can imagine. Only loses to Petro in terms of flight time. Like that, it's railguns, it's Soviet railguns with great pen, and it has radar. It's one of the few ships that will consistently smash fast destroyers, and this combined with the 12 km radar means it's very, very good at it. I mean, what is the weakness? I really can't think of much. AA, the weakness? Are you kidding me? The AA is not a weakness on this thing. The AA on Nevsky is not a weakness. Like, this flak is brutal, and it's 6.9 km range flak as well. It's most certainly is not a weakness. HE pen at 30. I guess that could be considered a weakness. HE pen 30, but on the other hand, 15% fire chance. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Like, it still sits up here as in terms of fire starting. Hard call to give much of a weakness to this ship. Maneuver build, turning circle is a weakness. I'd say turning circle is a weakness on it. It has a huge turning circle, but that's why you kind of just sit stern in and angled and farm, and then you acceleration juke, and because you can sit at such ranges, no one can hit you. Oh yeah, and the smoke fang penalty is really low. It's 8 point, what was it? 10.0, which means if smoked up, Nevsky can't be touched, because if someone spots it, it radars, and then you're 2 km into the... Yeah. Chat anyway, unfortunate. It's blappable if caught broadside, sure. But that's mostly... I mean, if you're gonna rate cruisers based on that, we're gonna have very few cruisers left. It lacks durability, true. It's still insanely fucking good.
Yeah, so if anything, if there is a caveat to this ship or a negative, it would be its durability. Absolutely. That's the only thing. The durability, that's what hurt. That's the weakness of this ship.
Let's see, what else do we have? Petro, well, it literally has its own tier, and that's bullshit. It's I have 50 billion bid.
The Petro. You are number 1 in the bullshit category. Holy crap. Petro, you are bullshit, but bullshit is good in this game. We love you, buddy.
It's on the Petro. It's
I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I do not play the Petro much. Like, he's put a top dog right now. I prefer the Nevsky. Because it's more suited to my play style. That's why. Just thought I'd throw that at you because, listen, if you're learning to play this game, you're going to develop your own play style that works for you. And then there's going to be certain ships that fall within your play style that feel good to you. And the only way you're going to find out is just by playing them. Simple, cut and dry.
It's the only ship I averaged something like 80% solo win rate in randoms, and what I had 90% win rate in ranked at one point with the thing. It's complete fucking bullshit. The ship basically has as much armor.
Okay, so let me clarify. If you're new to this game or if you've played for a while, you got to be careful. Guys in chat will bait you. Push in, push in, push in. Listen, you've got to get a balanced approach to the game. Your gun range, distance, the armor, so many different things. And you've got to look at that mini-map constantly to see where your other ships are positioned as well, because that's important. Because if you're left out on a flank by yourself and the other team, half their fleet's on that flank, you're going to be a panada for everyone. So it doesn't matter how durable you are, this is a cruiser. And if you've got half the fleet just friggin' hammering away on you, you're going to be friggin' snorkeling in no time. So understand, you've got to get to know the ships, how to play them. You know, what's the gun range, what's the visibility, and play within those parameters, plus keeping in mind what's on the opposing team that you know. And find what fits best for your play style. Do not get caught in the trap of a guy saying, oh, you're a crap player, you got to push in, sitting back. No, don't fall into that trap. Because you got to learn the distance of your guns, how vulnerable your ship is, what the opposition is on that flank, and you got to play with a strategy. And if you're playing in a random battle, you have to remember there's 12 different guys in your team, and invariably, you're going to have 12 guys that have a different point of view in how to play the game. And you've just got to take that stuff with a grain of salt. Some guys put some good stuff out there, but for the most part, you've got to detach from that emotionally. Don't take it personally. Find what works for you, and don't get baited into doing stuff that friggin' blaps your ship and reduces the experience. The whole point in playing this game is to have fun, whether you win or lose. Who gives a crap? If you start getting emotionally attached to it and friggin', it's only a friggin' game. Have some fun, enjoy it, and you'll learn and you'll get better at it. simples.
Armor as tier 7 battleships. Better generally because you have 50 millimeters, 50 millimeters, 50 millimeters. On the Citadel though you have 180, which is layered, a thick layer of armor. And behind that you have another 120, so if you try to Citadel under the turrets, you have to punch through 300 millimeters of layered armor. In comparison, something like a Des Moines has 152 millimeters of armor. So it's literally double that. Here it's 40 as well, so... The broadside is basically the equivalent of a fucking submarine. Like if you compare Petro with the ship that came before it, the Moskva. Like, it's a third of Moskva's broadside. That's what we're talking about here. The superstructure is small and thin. This is why people can farm this thing and literally do 0 damage to it all the time. It doesn't take any damage. The ship just doesn't take damage. The concealment is 12.4, which combined with a 12 km radar means you effectively have stealth radar because of the render delay. When you push in, you can just radar and you always catch enemy DDs. The AP is short fuse, improved pen angles, incredible penetration. The turrets are 360 degrees. The penetration really speaks for itself. Let's see, AP penetration here. At 16 kilometers, 400. That's technically enough to, I think, Citadel broadside conquer at 16 kilometers. The closer you get, the more absurd it gets. You Citadel basically everything. What's your average damage in Petro? On Russia, where I played a lot, something like 120, 130, around there. The damage isn't that high, but it's mostly because you win games in it. The games end too quickly when you push in with it. So, but yeah, it has only real weaknesses it has is, I don't know. It sits a lot. It's pretty clumsy. So if you get caught broadside, but even then, it gets less punished than other ships that are caught broadside because of the bullshit broadside. The HE DPM is supposedly a weakness, but you use so little HE, you only use it for DDs, and when you use it, you're so close, you're landing all the shells. I mean, that's why bad HE DPM has kind of become a meme in the ship. It's hilariously overpowered. It would be one of the most broken ships in the game if it wasn't for the fact that carriers exist. And it doesn't have torps. I guess that could be. But on the flip side, it's Citadel's battleships, so it doesn't need them. Who needs to YOLO and torp them when you can just Citadel them? But yeah, insanely powerful ship. Insanely powerful ship. If the ship is great in randoms, even stronger in ranked, and even stronger in comp. Scales to some extent by player skill. It's a ship that it's basically permanently banned from all comp, because if it wasn't, people would just spam it and the game would be even more boring. So it's very low skill for. I'd agree, honestly. I'd think that just sitting nose in and smashing things would be easy, but I've seen the average player in World of Warships, so apparently this thing actually has some skill floor, because there are people who struggle with the Petra, which I find incredible, but it happens. So it's just ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. It's super strong. So in terms of tech tree, it has its own tier. It's just completely off the charts. Let's see. Des Moines. Honestly, I want to put Des Moines next to Nevsky. Des Moines is honestly kind of overpowered. It's either a strong A or just overpowered. The thing is nuts. Des Moines is really, really nuts.
Okay, so for me, Des Moines, I put Des Moines at a B for myself. But I really need to spend more time maybe playing it. But for me, right off the bat, I put Des Moines at B.
Biggest weakness maybe is AA power creep has made it no longer be anything resembling an AA platform. But besides that, it's literally one of the... You get Citadel very easily. That's true. And you get overmatched. But it's a ship that scales It's a ship that scales hard with skill. A well-positioned, good player in Des Moines is just a monster. It doesn't even matter. All ships get fucked regardless. True to some extent, but like it hurts the Des Moines more because of the not having AA means it's spotted for longer, which also means it gets smashed for more and so forth. It depends. I think for randoms, it's a hard call because this is supposed to be solo. If it was comp, I'd put it up with Nevsky. If it was ranked, I'd put it up with Nevsky. But for randoms, the lack of range makes it less versatile than the Nevsky. So I think I'll put it as a strong A. And the only thing that really fucks with it is that it's a very short range ship. And if the enemy kites away, if you're on the strong flank and the enemy is kiting away, you struggle to really do anything in the Nevsky in random battles because they're just fleeing and you struggle to hit them, you struggle to chase them. And Nevsky is super versatile because it covers the map and hits everything. It's I would say strong A. If it was ranked, solo ranked, I'd put it up here because in ranked it's a beast. Super good ship though. But the problem is it has a couple of issues. Mostly match has become a nasty situation for it.
Howdy, Mark Lee Burton. So Mark Lee, Mr. Burton, thanks for showing up. Let us know what you think about the cruisers. What cruiser do you like? Or is tier 10 outside your classification? Let us know, buddy.
Why range mod? Range mod gives you theoretical range, not effective range. Des Moines shells are still a meme. If you try to hit shit at long range with the fucking Des Moines, okay, try to hit a guy. Let's put range mod on, so we go from 15.8 to 18 kilometers. Let's try to hit a guy at max range with this. 14 to 14.5 second travel time to 18 kilometers. Compare that to Nevsky, literally fucking shaves off 5-6 seconds of travel time. You can't hit anything except a straight lining battleship. Even a battleship that changes course is a pain to hit with the Des Moines. You make it up for it by vomiting out an absolutely ridiculous amount of damage, both AP and HE, but it's still rough. It's still rough. No, I don't. 40-second travel is 15.8. No, I don't think so. This scales. Dismo is best cruiser, but requests a lot of skill. No, Petra is the best cruiser. Let's see. Worcester. So once Worcester solo random solo ranked is a fucking rough experience. I played a fair bit of Worcester lately, and solo random solo ranked, holy shit, it's rough. It's not easy because it's so squishy. It pumps out a lot of damage, but man, it's vulnerable. The radar is huge though. And if you get a good map, it's huge.
Okay, so we're putting the Worcester in B right now. Or maybe C. Might have to go C. Good question. May have to go C with the Worcester. Let's see what he does with it.
It's really map dependent, I feel. It's really map. Add Salem as well. Oh, is Salem a Tech Tree tier 10? I didn't know. Thank you, Dr. Cucumber. Thank you, Tumpo. How would you play it? I fear nah. Depends. Honestly, that's another thing. Worcester is also a captain perk dependent. Like if you build IFHE to pin something, then your fire chance suffers. It has its fair bit of issues because unlike the Nevsky, this thing It doesn't have the versatility, range, the tankiness. It's got conceal though. It's got better conceal and it's got a long duration radar. The AA is good, but my god, this thing is squishy. It's so squishy. Bad firing angles. Yeah, it does have really bad firing angles as well. Oh, it's so map dependent. That's enough. Like, if you get Okinawa, Worcester is straight up C. You get you get mountain range, Worcester is probably a C unless they go to the islands. But on good maps, it can on the other hand be a strong B as well.
Put it in C for now. Worcester is a C. Let's put Worcester in C. That's my vote.
It's very much a division. Yeah, it's a huge division vote, but this is solo. In a division, Worcester is much stronger because you have someone to smoke you up and you have someone to spot, and that alone makes the Worcester super powerful. Because then all the weaknesses are mitigated because you don't have to worry about the squishiness and the lack of armor. You can just use the great DPM and the consumables. I think I'll put it as a B. I think I'll put it as a B. Hesitant B. Yeah, B. You can't really put it higher. For solo play, it just doesn't work. Even in here, it's very map dependent. Very map dependent. Are you doing ship ranking for randoms, ranked, or CBs? If it's solo play, how the fuck would I do CBs? How could you include clan battles in something called solo play? What? Let's see, what else do you have? That's basketball, Puerto Rico, Salem, Austin, Jinan, Hinden. Now, Hinden is strong. Hinden is strong. Strong B.
Oh, yeah, Hindenburg. I'd take the Hindenburg over the Des Moines, actually. So for me, Hindenburg, I'd take over the Des Moines every day of the week. Doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Thursday.
I would say it lacks. Man, the power damage output is so good, though. It might even be an A, actually. It does so much fucking damage. And it's so annoying. A good Hinden kind of dumpsters everything as well. Or, well, as long as something spots for it. It's not OP tier, but man, the damage output is so filthy in the Hindenburg. It really just does so much damage. I mean, you don't really see it here. Well, even here, it's got better HE DPM than the ZAL, like theoretical. But that doesn't tell the whole story because the HE pen on the Hindenburg is 51 millimeters base. So you farm everything. That's what makes it so good. You even farm shit throws, you farm Stalingrads, you farm all these annoying bullshit cruisers that normally sit nose in. You can farm them all. And you got good range, you got good shell velocity. I think it's an A. Honestly, I think Hinden is an A. It's pretty tanky as well. Just the base range is so good. The base range on it is just so good. 17.8, and you have spotter plane as well on the Hinden, so you can extend it easily. You can easily extend the base range on it. Oh, this is Eye in the Sky build, I think. No, or is it? It might be Eye in the Sky build. You can extend the range so easily. The conceal isn't that bad. It's slow and clumsy though. But it's also nasty to brawl because of all the goddamn torpedoes. The AA is complete trash. That should be highlighted though. I mean, the problem is the range. It's just not going to defend you against anything. Armor is 30 with small icebreaker. It's pretty good against cruisers. If you don't have improved pen angles, cruisers kind of struggle to citadel the thing. But stuff like Shitra and Des Moines can absolutely citadel it pretty easily. And at range battleships citadel it very easily as well. It's not as tanky as it would seem, but the consistency of the damage that it pumps out is filthy. The consistency of the damage that it pumps out is just filthy. The problem is now I have it on the same tier as Des Moines, and I don't think the Hinden is quite as good as the Des Moines.
And I prefer the Hindenburg over the Des Moines. So there you go.
Thank you, Landale, for the 12. The problem is now I have it on the same tier as the Des Moines. And I don't know if I want it on the same tier as the Des Moines.
Hey, that's not an issue with me, pal. I'm letting you know right now, Flamu. It's on the same tier as Des Moines in my book, no matter how you friggin' slice a cucumber, pal.
Because I think Des Moines is stronger. Des Moines has more carry power. Too many tiers. Getting too many ranks here.
Don't friggin' over conceptualize and hurt that Finnish brain of yours, Flamu. Just leave Hindenburg at A. Do not give it a second thought. Let's move on to the next ship, Belt. And thank you.
But I don't want to move it to B either because it's much better than Worcester. I mean, this would be an option.
Come on, quit pandering to the friggin' peanut gallery. Will you just put it back the way it was? Holy crap, you just make things take longer than they need to. Oh my.
This would make sense to me. This, I don't know, pours out. Are you downloading God of War? Yes, I am. Where's downloads? There it is. Here it is. It's... What happened? Why did it stop downloading? Oh, it's writing the disk now? It's already downloaded. Interesting. It's installing, I guess. Oh. Right. Anyway. Yeah, I honestly I feel a bit bad here though because this feels unfair to Hinton and Worcester. But I feel like this is still correct though, the order. I feel like Hinton should be here and not here, but because it's not as good as Des Moines, but it's clearly better than Worcester. Oh well. And then S tier below. I mean, this being OP is kind of silly. It should just be S. I have too many tiers.
So what's the frig's this S supposed to mean? Like, come on, buddy. What's S? Is that the super category or what?
Too many tiers, other one. Once again, this is solo play chat. Randoms and ranked. Not comp or something like that. If it was only ranked, Des Moines would be here. But it's also randoms, and Des Moines in randoms can be not as flexible in my opinion. You can say inside the tier, stuff to the left is stronger than stuff to the right. Oh no. Oh boy. Okay, let's continue. We can maybe fiddle it later. Venezia. Shit, Venezia after the nerfs? Venezia is still good though. Venezia is still a DD nightmare. It still smashes things. No, not here. Honestly, I kind of want it with the Hindenburg. It has no utility at all. It has zero utility. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass to kill. It's super annoying and it kind of deals good damage to most things. Except something like a Kremlin where it literally doesn't even tickle it. The AP is junk. It has no utility. It literally doesn't even have hydro. It has no radar. It's the zero utility ship. But if you have someone spotting for you, it's quite powerful. I think it kind of fits with Hinden. It shits on DDs. Yeah, it shits on DDs. It's really good against DDs.
Yeah, Venezia is a solid B. And Venezia, for my play style, and same with Hindi and Venezia are ahead of Des Moines because of the way I play the game with cruisers. But that's just for my play style. Your mileage may be different.
But on the other hand, if you have to deal with a nosing BB just pushing at you, once his superstructure is saturated, when you can't start any fires, you just tickle him, and it's super annoying. It has one thing going for it, and that's the sap and the smoke. Well, two things, sap and smoke. Besides that, there's not a whole lot. It's got a really trolley broadside. It just doesn't eat citadels when I shoot it, but it's pretty good damage. It's a pretty good ship, but I don't think it stands out anymore as an incredible ship, but I don't think it's anyway poor either. It's got its thing. In a duo with DD, it's insane, yeah, but if you had duo with DD, the list goes completely fucked. It's solo play. Minotaur. My god, that's a hard one. This, if there was a ship that's scaled, hard scaled with skill, it would be Minotaur. I mean, Radar Minotaur is in good hands, is a nightmare.
I put Minotaur C without even thinking twice about it. Minotaur is a C, and it's a high skill ship to play. And it's very situational, just like the Wooster as well.
Yeah, but it also depends on what you're running into. Like, if you get bad matchmaking, the Minotaur, especially Radar Minotaur, like, oof, it's a nightmare. This thing is so matchmaking dependent, so player skill dependent, even map dependent, heavily map dependent. Have you guys ever tried playing Minotaur on Okinawa when you spawn south? Have you ever tried that? Holy shit. Especially when they have a CV. It's like, end me right now. Just kill me. I feel Minotaur is very feast or famine. Either you get really nutty damage, or then you get very little done. It has great stealth radar though. Great stealth radar with the radar build. On the other hand, you can just get completely fucked by random stuff. The worst thing is really where if you try to push into something and you get the overmatch is the lack of armor is the issue. The torps are good, the heal is good, the DPM is great, the AA is great, but I would honestly smoke Mino is easier to play, but it's not as powerful. In good hands, Radar Minotaur is brutal in terms of carry. It's not D tier most certainly, but I don't think it's OP or A tier either. Des Moines is clearly, objectively a better chip. I would say it fits in here, in the B tier. I would say it fits in the B tier. It doesn't fit with the Des Moines, it fits in here. It's much more scarier to deal with than a Wooster for sure. I would say it roughly fits in the B tier. Very hit or miss. That's a pretty hard one. Goliath? Goliath is honestly probably A tier.
Yeah, Goliath is A tier for sure. And I'd be putting the Minotaur at C tier because it is very skill dependent. And you got to remember, range of the guns too is not great. I put the Minotaur at C for sure.
Goliath is so good. It's really one-dimensional. It does one thing and it does one thing alone. You sit booty in and you spam HE, but it's so good at it. It's so good at it. It's much better than Wooster. Honestly, it probably kind of fits into the B tier as well, but it depends.
Goliath A tier here. If you're gonna put Des Moines at A, Goliath's got to go at A also, buddy.
If you're on the enemy pushing flank, it's A. It's straight up A. Goliath has great pennies. Goliath has 59 millimeters of pen, huge fire chance. It's just so stupidly tanky with the heal and the armor. I mean, the biggest weakness you deal with is the overmatch. If you get overmatched here and then you get Citadel overmatch behind it, which happens. You get Citadel overmatch, like double overmatch like this, that happens. But besides that, it's just so hard. It's so frustrating to deal with a good Goliath. You see it a lot in comp, and in the comp it does the exact same role as you see it as you do in randoms, and that's literally stern in, spam HE at things, out trade them with the heal and the consistent HE damage, and that's what it does. It has zero utility though. That's the problem. It has zero utility. It does that one thing and it does it well, but I don't think it's as good as a DM still. I don't think it's as good as a DM still. Okay, is B tier just being really crowded or is it just me? Maybe I'm just really shit at making tier lists. I'll probably put it up here as a really strong B though. Really strong B. B for balanced. Yeah, kinda. Henry. Henry is kind of cracked with Lighthouse. That's really good in randoms. For ranked though, do you have time to make use of it? Henry in good hands with Lighthouse build is kind of cracked. But it doesn't have any utility, once again. It's really good at farming HE. Like, all of these are, except the Minotaur, are kind of farmers. I feel like I'm just going to throw it into the farming squadron. Where do we put it? I would put it maybe here. Can't put it in B. Dude, what is this? Did I just make a penis in tier list? What do we have? Oh, good and glue. Okay. Add row below. Wait, what was this color? This color. Plain bad. Yeah, that's good and glue. Good and glue is like probably the worst. I think it's the worst tier 10 cruiser, honestly. I think it's just objectively the worst tier 10 cruiser. It's only resilient against AP. It has 60-second fires with no fire prevention. So honestly, I love shooting it in DDs and shit because you can just burn it to death so easily. In terms of damage output, well, the Guten Lu has AP is okay, but once again, you have no improved pen angles and you got shit dispersion. I think you can kind of see dispersion here. The worst dispersion of all cruisers. Even at like max ranges, it still has worse dispersion than Petra that's notoriously inaccurate at long ranges. It doesn't hit shit. The HE DPM is, well, junk. Basically junk. It's got the airstrike as a gimmick, which they nerfed and they didn't compensate in any way. But the biggest issue with the Guten Glue really is the fucking fires. The 60-second fires with no way of dealing with them. You have no way of dealing with those fires. You get pretty good conceal, but once you're burning, you're just burning. You have no way of really dealing with it. You have no fast reloading heal, just standard cruiser heal, standard normal heal. Guten Lu is one of those ships I like fighting because I don't fear it at all. The HE is so non-threatening and I can just HE spam it easily. I feel like in a Zao, this thing is easy to kill. You have 3 heals, you got the shortened cooldown on them, but you're gonna burn through, well, with Superintendent 4 heals, you're gonna burn through them so fast. Guten Lu just explodes. The thing is, the firing angles on the ship are not very good either. Let's see where's Gutenlo. The problem is the main battery firing angles are not really that good either. So if you try to kite away, it's... I just hate it. I dislike it heavily. I'm not sure what the gimmick is supposed to be. Because you compare it to something like Napoli that gets the 30-second fires and the smoke. And the day and night, like... Gutenlo just burns. It just burns. They're so easy to burn. You can run it down easily. I mean, it doesn't have any torps or anything. I fought one in my Harguma was it yesterday? I fought one in my Harguma. He was like a 65% player, and I just started HE spamming him. And he just burned and burned. He damage gun and burned and burned and burned. Like, no fire prevention, huge ship, 60-second fires. They just melt. I don't like it. I just don't like it. And now it's a perfect deck. How does it actually perform, I wonder? WOWS numbers. Oops. WOWS numbers. Warships Gutenlo. Surprisingly good. Ouch, the average damage though. Oof. This is the best average, 140. Yikes. Yeah. Yeah. Yikes. Switch region? This is EU, the largest region. It's Ikea? Yeah, I know. It's a really good player as number 1. And he was 140. Yeah, I just don't rate it. I don't rate the ship. Okay, what else do we have? Conquer Thundering. That was it? Did we literally just make... Really? This is the dumbest tier list ever. We just made a penis. The dumbest thing ever. Wow.
Buddy, you've transgressed to a great deal. That looks like a T-bar to me. Sideways T-bar. When you start bringing up anatomy, I'm not going there. It just does not work for me, buds.
Okay. Well, I guess we start adding premiums then. Yoshino? Maybe a C? It's got heavy hit. It's got better pin than Zhao. Better range, more flexibility. Yeah, I think Yoshino is like a C. No, I don't rate it up here, because it still burns for 60 seconds with no fire prevention. So like I feel like all of these guys will dumpster Yoshino easily. Is it Yoshino just Zhao? He has better range, really. If you had premiums here.
Friggin' range on the Yoshino is like 24.5 kilometers, and it's got friggin' torps that go on forever also. Come on. Move it up a category. It's got to be a B at least.
It has better range than the Zhao. Where the hell is Yoshino? Here. Even though it looks less, the stock range is 21.3, which is gigantic, by the way. And it also has the improved HE pen because of the caliber size. So, where the fuck is Yoshino? Here, 52. The AP is also much better. It's good at one thing and one thing alone, and that's sitting in the back and spamming H8 things. It's good at that, but it's pretty okay at doing it. It's pretty okay at doing it. Like you got a big fire chance, you got fast shells, hard hitting shells. It just sits in the back and spams HE, but it's not that bad at it. It just worse at the job than the ships in B tier. Exactly. It does kind of the same thing as these, just worse. Why is Henry better than the Yoshino? Doesn't burn for as long, doesn't have the gigantic citadel. In fact, Henry armor is quite trolly. It has a reload booster, can accelerate juke, it's faster. There's plenty of reasons why Henry is up here compared to Yoshino. Anyway, let's see. Next we have Moskva. Probably a B. Honestly, it's a B. Where in B would I place it though? It fills a different role, but it's B. A? No, it's not as good as DM. Not in randoms. It's not as good. No way I put it with the Des Moines in randoms. You guys are confusing some comp bullshit for randoms. Moskva in randoms is the first target to any CV, basically. I'll probably put it here for the utility. Shit. I feel like Minotaur has been kind of dissed here. Because like Minotaur isn't that bad, but is... This is tough. This is tough. I put it as B. Like, Moskva kind of has its ups and downs. When it came out, it was super strong. Then it's kind of declining. Then there was Manfred von Richthofen, which basically made Moskva unplayable. You couldn't play it as long as a Manfred was on the server. It was just unplayable. He smashed you with everything. And now after the nerfs, it's kind of... It's a tough one. Stalingrad, I think is still OP, honestly. Or well, thing is still... Actually, I don't... Now I regret putting Nevsky here. I think like this tier is unnecessary. I feel like this tier is unnecessary. I dislike this tier. I'm gonna delete this entire thing. I'm gonna delete this. Delete route. I dislike it. Because they're different things that they're good at. Des Moines is like really, really high A. Borderline super good. Nevsky same. Stalingrad kinda same. I disagreed with that. Yeah. Stalingrad, why is Stalingrad here? Yeah, actually, it would have been bullshit. It was like 1 year ago, it would have been in the bullshit sector. Stalingrad, when it came out, was basically complete horseshit. It was by far the most overpowered cruiser that had come out in World of Warships till that point. It was ridiculous, but the biggest nerf really, and basically changed, it didn't just change the game in randoms and ranked, but also comp basically circled around Stalingrad. It was decided by who had Stalingrad and who was good at dealing with Stalingrad. That's what decided that. Now though, with the biggest nerf it really got was the removal of fire prevention from cruisers, which means that Stalingrad is significantly more vulnerable to being HE spammed down. So that makes it much more vulnerable, and then there's been new ships that can deal with his 50mm plating, which has also changed it to some extent. Stalingrad is still an excellent ship for a variety of reasons. It still has the good armor, but unlike Petro, it's actually got a vulnerable citadel on the broadside. But nose in, it still has that good old 50-50-50, which means it's hard to deal with, especially since it has proc 72.5k health, which is, for a cruiser, an absolutely goddamn absurd amount. The AA is... It used to be a really strong factor. Once again, in the RTS days or in the olden days, Stalingrad AA was monstrous. These days, the AA is just good. The AP is what really stands out. Oh, it's got pretty shit conceal. And it handles like a fucking brick. You only really sit nose in reverse like acceleration juke. You don't get broadside in his finger, you get smashed. But it has absolutely ridiculous AP. In fact, it makes even Petro's ridiculous AP look not that terrifying at all. In fact, if you look at 15 km penetration values, Stalingrad even beats the Shitro. You can see why Yoshino is above Zhao here, by the way. Yoshino's AP penetration is actually pretty strong, even beating Puerto Rico's penetration. But Stalingrad's penetration is just completely bullshit. It beats many battleships in terms of pen. It's got improved pen angles. It's got short fuse. It's got a lower arming threshold than you normally should have on these big caliber shells. It's got 2.65 sigma, which is the highest sigma in the game. Basically the guns are the ultimate fucking Soviet fantasy. It's got this weird drag coefficient that somehow doesn't affect that much at all. You can see the flight time, like if you organize flight time, you can see what are the top 3 ships if you organize by flight time to 15 kilometers. Well, no surprise to anyone, it's the quadruple bullshit squadron right up here. Does it have improved pen angles? Yes, of course. Stalingrad guns are the ultimate combination. The threshold is somehow also lower. Like if you look at Yoshino has 310mm guns. Normally, the shell arming threshold is 1/6. You see Puerto Rico and this guy, 52, 51. But for some reason, Stalingrad got a standard 302mm threshold. It's got the same threshold that shit like Nevsky has and shit like Zhao has. So the AP arms on less armor. It's also a short fuse time AP, so unlike Yoshino and Puerto Rico and all of these who arms in 0.33, it arms in 0.022. Also bullshit. It's got improved pen angles. You see ricochet angles here? It's improved. Even better than fucking Shitro's angles. Improved pen angles. It's overmatches light cruisers. It's got ridiculous penetration. It's like these guns are still the ultimate Soviet fantasy. The ultimate Soviet fantasy. Every bullshit you can imagine. And of course this combined with the fact that the range is excellent at 20.4. These guns are why the ship is still A tier. It's so strong. And of course it has 12 km Soviet radar, which combined with the ability to overmatch means that any light cruiser around dealing with 2.65, overmatching, huge pen, short fuse, short arming threshold, AP is a nightmare. So yeah, Stalingrad very much up here in the A tier. I can't really call it bullshit anymore because Stalingrad.
Yeah, Stalingrad's definitely an A. No doubt about it. A plus. Just because of the friggin' guns.
You can actually deal with these days with fire prevention change. Why is it worse than Petro? You can burn it. It dies. It's easily spottable and you can burn it, and if you get broadside, it explodes. Petro doesn't do any of those things. Let's see, what do we have? Smolensk, straight up here. It's been changed in some ways. What is it? IFG rework and all of this shit. That has affected it, but in terms of just damage output, Smolensk is still retarded. Like it's so dumb. It's still stupid. Do I have any game? I don't remember if I have any games on this account, but like HEDPM, Smolensk sits here. Like. Add to this that, oh yeah, the range nerf was the one thing that affected it a lot. The range nerf. The range nerf affected it a lot. It used to have much better range, but even then, Smolensk, the ability, we're talking once again solo gameplay, the ability to smoke up for yourself and just farm makes you so powerful. The thing with the Smolensk as well is that Smolensk is really dumb player proof. I would say potato proof. Would not place it on par with DM after removal of AFT. That's actually somewhat fair. I mean, on the other hand, this is kind of like organized from left to right, like this. But I don't know. I still for solo play. For solo play, you gotta remember this is solo play. It's either first in B in solo play or it's last in A in solo play. Smolensk is really dumb. Smolensk is.
Smolensk's a B maximum because of the range nerf on the guns. So Smolensk should go in B as far as I'm concerned.
Really, really dumb. Smolensk has multiple things going for it. Most importantly is the fact that the armor on the ship, well, the waterline citadel is small, but most importantly is the fact that the armor thickness is 70 millimeters. Now this makes it a big difference compared to stuff like Minotaur that has 100 millimeter thickness. You'd think that having less armor would be a weakness, but it really isn't, because when battleships shoot this thing, well, like, it's kind of actually better to show you. Let's see if I can show you. Let's open this filter again. I'll select the battleships and then I'll select tier 10, all. Sure. Now the important thing to note here is that, remember that fuse arming threshold I spoke of? Well, that exists for battleships as well. And as you can see, for the most battleships in the game, the fuse arming threshold, that means how much armor you have to punch through for the AP to arm, is lower than what these guys have. In fact, many of these guys struggle to even arm their AP when they're shooting his broadside. And I mean, even these guys struggle to, even if they do get the arm off, the problem is the ship is so thin, the citadel is so thin, that the shell has time to punch through the ship before it arms. And that's what makes Smolensk so potato-proof, is that you can just shoot this ship full broadside. You can get full broadside shots on it and just get overpins. See, Shiki has it the worst, really. But this combined with just obscene DPM, I mean, the range is a pretty big nerf, though. 16 km with, I think that's with range mode, right? It's bad, but 5.9 km smoke concealment, I mean, you still get to do so much work with that. You still get to do so much work with that. I might put it solo to B, though, because I feel like the carry potential, in solo games, it doesn't have the utility of these guys. It just has damage output, which I feel like fits better into B, because these ships here have utility and damage output. Smolensk, these ships here are just damage. And I feel like Smolensk fits into tier B better than it fits into tier A. The smoke is strong, very strong for solo. As far as utility, but it has other weaknesses these days. I think I'll put it in first here in terms of like pure damage farming ability. But I don't feel like it fits into this carry capacity. It's dumpsters things though. It dumpsters things really well, but I mean a lot of these things do that. Mina has utility, yeah, but then it has a ton of weaknesses, and it's much harder to play. The thing is though, Smolensk, in order for maximum effectiveness, it needs a lot of things to go for it. Ideally.
Yeah, Smolensk B, but with the range nerf, friggin' in some ways better than even that friggin' Tulsa. And Tulsa's a friggin' premium USA cruiser. Unbelievable. They really need to buff that Tulsa. Absolutely. Okay, folks, listen. We're going to call it a day. We're going to continue back again tomorrow where we left off here with the tier 10 cruiser rankings. So we'll restart this again tomorrow, first thing. Just running out of time, and I've just got too much stuff to do. And really appreciate you all coming here today. And one thing I just want to make sure that, remember, COVID-19 is real. It's not a hoax. It's been going on way, way too long. Your best defense is getting the vaccination. practicing social distancing and wearing a mask out in public. Can't get around it. It's the only way you're going to combat it. You got to be careful and stay safe. Understand your health. Your health is priceless. Don't ever forget that. Your person is precious. So, love and peace to all human beings on this planet. So, love and peace to everyone. Take care, folks. Talk to you all soon. Have a great rest of your day or evening, depending on your time zone. Ciao for now.